Why Do We Live After All by Xuefeng. There's a market 10 kilometers from your house. You have a basket of eggs and want to exchange them for a lamb at the market. There are 3 ways to get there: walking, cycling, or driving. Which one would you choose? Walking there and back takes a whole day, cycling, 3 hours, and driving, just 30 minutes. Would you prefer to spend a day or just 30 minutes on this task? This leads us to the philosophical question of why we live. Those who walk to the market spend a leisurely day. They only need to collect eggs from 10 chickens over 10 days to exchange for a lamb. Cyclists must raise 20 chickens, half of the eggs to exchange for a bicycle, and the other half for a lamb. Drivers need 100 chickens, 90 for the car and its maintenance, and 10 for a lamb. Let's see who has more leisure time. The walker spends a whole day, while the driver only 30 minutes, seemingly saving a lot of time. However, the walker spends just an hour a day feeding chickens, while the driver spends 10 times more than the walker. Now, what do these 3 people do every day? The walker, besides spending an hour feeding chickens, enjoys leisure activities like drinking tea, chatting, admiring flowers, swimming in the river, or simply lying on the grass watching the sky and birds. The cyclist dedicates 2 hours to feeding chickens, with the remaining time for leisure. The driver, spending 10 hours on feeding chickens, barely has time for any leisure activities. So, what's your choice for getting to the market? It ties back to the question of why we live. If purely for enjoyment, you'd walk. If to appear better off than your neighbors, you'd cycle. If to make those around you envious, you'd drive. A watch's purpose is to tell time. Would you choose a $3 digital watch or a $30,000 Rolex? A bag's purpose is to carry items. Would you opt for a $3 fabric bag or a $3,000 Hermes bag? A bowl's purpose is to hold food. Do you prefer a $3 ceramic bowl or a $30,000 gold bowl? The simpler, more primitive, and affordable items are, the more leisurely and comfortable they make us feel. The more complex, lavish, and expensive items are, the more they lead to busyness and anxiety. The more possessions one has, the more time, energy, and attention they demand, leading to more busyness and troubles. Having everything robs one of the true meaning of life, while having nothing brings one closer to it. Every day, when we set out to do something, we should ask ourselves, am I doing this willingly and joyfully, or out of compulsion? With the convenience of smartphones, computers, cars, and planes, are we more relaxed or busier? Are we enjoying life more or becoming more anxious about living? The more we use smartphones, the more they seem to control us. As our knowledge and wisdom grow and we consume more information, do we feel increasingly overwhelmed and insignificant, struggling to find our value and meaning? Notice how dependent we've become on smartphones. With technological advancements, especially the rise of artificial intelligence, there may come a day when we ask, where have all the people gone? Am I interacting with humans or robots? We can't escape it, just as we can't part with our smartphones. It's not that we don't want to ditch them, but without them we'd be lost, and survival would be in question. Isn't this a significant crisis? How can we navigate this human crisis? The answer is only by following the way of nature. And how do we follow the way of nature? The answer is a portion of humanity has already foreseen this crisis and has been walking the path of nature. Follow their footsteps. July 4th, 2023.